All right. So tell me about the gig. What are you doing?
So, what I'm doing for the work is I'm working packaging, shipping and receiving, and then assembling. So I pretty much do everything in the warehouse. Um, so if they need me to do this, I do that. If they need me to do that, I do that. So I learn everything. So I, you know, so they can just put me where they need me. And then the company I work for, Alliant Power, they work with diesel parts for like trucks and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I'll assemble a lot of the pistons and stuff like that. So that's what I do
Is this stuff you've done
at my
before?
company. I've done assembling before for like medical parts, but not car parts. But same concept.
Yeah.
Very basic. The stuff I'm doing is very basic assembly. It's just about accuracy and speed.
So tell me about the job interview. Oh, here's the garbage.
Well,
When you went in for the job interview, start it that way.
so I went in for the job interview, and when I was doing the interview, I met with one of the ladies, my boss. I went in there and I just, I just looked around. When I was looking around, inside the company, um, I just kind of figured out what I was going to say at the interview. And I noticed it was all diesel parts, and so I went in and she asked me if I knew what the company was. I was like, I did a little bit of research, and I just realized you guys worked with diesel parts. And she's like, yeah, and so we talked. And then she's like, yeah, and then she asked me where I lived, and I'm like, right now I'm living at the Mission. And she's like, what's the Mission? I'm like, I wasn't gonna tell you this, but I'm homeless right now. She's like, oh really? She's like, you don't look homeless. I'm like, yeah, I pull off not looking homeless pretty good. Um, I make it look pretty cool. And so yeah, and then I got hired on the spot, and then that was on Thursday. I did the drug test on Friday, passed that, and then I went to my job on Monday.
All right. So wait, hang on a second. You didn't want to tell her you were homeless. What did you expect her to say when you told her that?
I expected some judgment, but I don't know. That's about it.
I feel like there's a little more story in this story.
Well, I don't know. She, well, okay. I guess it was the next day I was talking to her. So actually, when I was at the interview, she said we might work over some days, and I said that's fine. But I said Thursday, I like to try to get out on time because I go to a church group. She's like, oh, you believe? And I'm like, yeah, I believe. And she's like, oh, okay. And then, so about 2 days later, she started talking to me a little bit about that. And she said, I don't know if you knew this, but when I interviewed you, I didn't just hire you because of your resume and stuff. I just felt like your spirit came on to me. Just like your energy. I felt convicted, like I had to hire you. There was just something about you. And it was like supernatural, and I was like, oh, okay. So that's pretty much what happened. And that's mainly why she hired me on the spot. But yeah, and she's great. And then she got me some food vouchers and stuff like that, to help me out. And she's been really cool. So, checking in how I'm doing every day, and says I'm doing really well, doing above, better than a company standard and all that. So,
Are you liking the work? Are you liking
oh yeah,
the?
I like is I get to work with my hands. I like to work with my hands. Then I get my check Thursday, and I should have about $1,600 with taxes. I hate taxes, but probably about 14, maybe 16, but 15. But
So wait, how much
so
do they
that would
pay
be
you
nice.
an hour?
18.75. I get paid an hour. So what's the most I've got paid? So And minimum wage in Denver, I think, is $15.75. So I'm doing pretty good compared to, a lot of people starting at minimum wage. So that's like a huge blessing.
Just for the record, minimum wage in Denver is $12.56.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Minimum wage in Denver?
Yeah.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah, you're slaying. You do it
I
all
thought
right.
It was 15 when I looked it up.
It's on a progressive scale. So I think next year it'll be like 13 something. Then it'll be 4. It's set to get there, but honestly not for like 2 or 3 years.
Oh, it's set to get there.
Yeah.
Oh. So it's like, yeah, minimum wage is 15 something. I did not know. That's crazy.
Yeah.
I know in Littleton it's 12 something. He's my buddy lives in Littleton. He's like, hold on, you're making 18 something? I was like, yeah. So I just, it's not that hard. He's like, that's a lot of money. Oh, and what are these apartments?
Huh?
I know that one of these apartments down here is one of the apartments I might be looking at.
What, should we walk down?
Don't need no crowd.
Should we walk down and take a look? Do you know roughly where your new place is going to be?
Right here. It could be possible. I know it's one of the Weltons. You can cut that out if you want. I'm not too cool about it, but I don't think anyone's gonna hunt me down. Maybe one day, but then I'll just move real quick.
So here, but yeah, right. So, but tell me what you told me, but again, and with it in the
I mentioned the apartments. I'm not worried about it. So I know one of the apartments that Urban Peak works with is Welton Properties.
Yeah.
So, and I've looked at it. People get really nice housing out here, like really nice housing, like stuff that, like, so when I was living in Arizona, I saw the apartments people were getting. There were like roaches. It was not really living worthy of apartments. So when I saw the pictures and then I just saw what kind of apartments they're working with, they're nice apartments. And so I just realized like how much they care, in a sense, with housing. What is nice, because I don't want to live in a nasty apartment with roaches everywhere. They actually have like new apartments, what is pretty crazy. But yeah, it should be the ones right up here. I heard that my voucher should work for that. And that's the property I would want to. It's not far from work. If I'm not driving to work, there's a bus stop that's not too far. It'll get me straight to work. It's just a convenient location, and I know they have vacancies too. So I'm always checking.
So tell me, what's the difference? Like, what do you think has made the difference for you here?
In Denver?
Yeah.
So I feel like Denver's been the biggest difference here is one, just the services that that learning that if I if I do have to work, other people do have to work, right? Before I heard that, but it was more them just saying that. There wasn't actions, like the saying actions speak louder than words. I've noticed they actually kind of go by that very well here. So that has definitely helped, and then church. Just my church has been great, and because...
Oh, hang on.
So my church is really nice, right? It looks really bougie, but a lot of the people, live very poor. A lot of them have been alcoholics, ex-drug addicts, and all that. But they're over that now. So it's also been nice because a lot of the places I go to, where I like to go do stuff, it's not just a group, it's a group of people I can relate to. And a lot of times I had, groups I went to at church and stuff that were great, right? They spoke the word and everything, what I believed, but they didn't have, I couldn't relate with them because they all lived rich lives. And then the ones who didn't live rich lives, the problem with that is then they were all older people, what's fine, but I go to church for community. At that point, I could learn the Bible myself, all myself, and not go to church. Church, you can learn the Bible, but you can go online and do the same thing and learn it at your own home. So just the community. Those are some examples of what has been a big difference. So yeah, these are some of the apartments right here.
Hang on.
To me, it's not bad at all. Pretty nice, what I consider.
So okay, so you said these are some of the apartments. I'm gonna actually, if you could come to my left and then like walk in, I'm gonna follow you a little bit on this.
Pretty cool. So,
Hang on. Can we do that one more time?
want me to still talk or just walk?
You could talk and walk it, but if I can't hear you, I probably won't be able to use it. But I think I'll be able to hear you. Here, hang on. So start actually right here,
Okay.
and then walk in, and I'm gonna follow you.
Okay. Cool.
All right, and action.
So these are the apartments that Urban Peak is connected to, what is pretty cool. I think they're pretty nice. What I see, that nice little woodland area. That's pretty late. Looks like. Sorry. I've been single for too long. Well, yeah, just some.
So if you get to live here, you can stop around here.
Well, this is one of the apartments that, yes, I probably could get into. My voucher is supposed to cover. But if they have this opportunity, what it should, from what I heard, I would just say, yeah, give me this one. Because this is a great location for work and stuff like that. I don't need anything. It's with everything I need and more. So.
Stop walking here.
Then you got the rail right across, what is nice too. I have that and stop right there. Nice. It's a good location. We got this nice little park, and I get back into baseball. Nah. I haven't played for a while, so look at this, it's perfect. Not too big of a park. I might accidentally, probably shouldn't. I'll probably hit that car right there accidentally. That's my luck. But yeah, I think these are pretty nice. Like, you get housing like this, it's crazy. I did not know people. You put that work in, you actually got something worth getting out of it. I just haven't seen that for a while, so that's really cool. But yeah, so hopefully, but I've seen some other people's housing from pictures they have showed me for people who just came by, or Urban Peak, who got housing through them. They got a place in Arvada, and they're nice. Like 16 square 100 feet. I'm like, just for you, bro? He's like, yep, just for me. He's like, they've been paying it for 2 years. When I'm like, you rent for 2 years? That's crazy. I didn't even care about that. You get me and I'm happy. I couldn't get a place because I was evicted in Arizona, But this, all I need is to get in and I'm good. So I'm gonna cut ties from everyone. Urban Peak. Yeah, what's the word? Introvert. I'm gonna become an introvert. I'm gonna sit alone. Down by nice and peace and quiet.
I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, we'll see. I do like to talk a lot. I am a little bit of a talker. I got myself in a lot of trouble before.
Yeah, but give yourself a little credit, man. You got yourself out of the trouble too.
Yeah, some of it. My talking, a little bit of a curse. Isn't that? But my heart's good though overall, so pretty good. I do good deeds. We'll go with that. I wouldn't say it's not pure. It's definitely not pure, but I do good deeds. So I do my best.
Yeah.
Be good. Just and just the thing is, what I had to learn is, so when I got my apartment in Phoenix, I was more humble when I had an apartment. And when no, in Phoenix, when I had my apartment, when I ended up getting my apartment, I was a lot less humble. Because it's like I went to a whole nother level. And what I realized is, when you take those blessings for granted, it tends to get taken away from me to teach you a lesson, And so I just so like at work, because I heard the news at work that I got approved for housing, right? I was like, I had to pray. I prayed to God, like, hey, please help me be humble, because if not, I'm gonna have another life lesson, and that's totally fine, right? But like, why put myself in that situation again when I know, what I gotta do and to stay humble. So like, when I get in the place, I tell people I'm not gonna go around Urban Peak, right? And I'm just gonna act like I don't know them. But honestly, I'll probably go by there multiple times here and there, because I always feel like it's good to go by where you were struggling, right? So it keeps you in check. Remember, this is where I was and this is what I have now. Let's not let myself take it for granted. And so, I'll probably still go near the mission, and still say hi to people and just try to be, and who knows, maybe help them out, maybe take them to lunch, but, just realize that I'm no better than anyone. That's what I did not do in Phoenix. I acted like I was better, and well, here I am. But about to get out of that, and God's taught me some valuable lessons for sure. And I'm grateful for it, because it's definitely, I got a lot of stuff I got to work on, but I definitely have some huge improvements from where I was. Just out of, pridefulness, humbleness, and, just being able to balance it better. And I'm not even close. Not being good, but I'm being much better, but I'm doing better.
Yeah.
Like, I'm definitely not. I still act like an idiot, but I do better now. So.